welcome to the show. It is great to be back for the 11th episode of season 1. And we are here to discuss all things Halloween at the Disneyland Resort Part 2.
Part 2, yes, because it is August and we are celebrating Halloween. We are excited to do it. Bridget and I are going to be at the parks tomorrow. That's going to be August 22nd to celebrate opening day of Halloween. And we're going to be using all our tips and tricks and things we talked about in that Part 1 episode.
Yes. And I'm still in denial. I really am that we're celebrating Halloween this early. But yesterday, Lindsay and I were in the parks together and just seeing Pumpy and Mickey on Main Street. It got me in the groove. It really did.
It'll do that for sure.
Yeah.
Pumpkin
so now,
Mickey does that.
It's going to be weird though, because tomorrow it's supposed to be like 98 degrees and we are going to melt in our Halloween outfits. Like we are going to melt.
Yeah, I'm actually really not looking forward to that heat. But you know, every year this happens. Every year on Halloween opening, it's always a million degrees and we always just have to grin and bear it.
Yes, we'll be just fine. We're going to have such a good time. But it definitely is, a rope drop to fireworks kind of day, those opening days for us. But they're always such fun days. Like we have such a good time together. So
they are.
It's going to be another great opening day. And we'll be using all these tips and tricks. These are tips and tricks that we use for ourselves all the time. And so that's why we're so happy to be sharing them with you.
I'm just laughing. I'm sorry. Our producer's in the chat. He said 98 degrees. Is Nick Lachey going to be there? Sorry. Danny, you're awesome. You come in with all the funny jokes. I appreciate it.
Especially the boy band jokes, because as you all know, he's a boy bander. I mean.
Yes, he is.
So next time you see him, you have to get his autograph because he's a boy bander.
He is.
But if you're enjoying what you're listening to, please subscribe to us. You can get onto our Patreon. You can follow us on all the socials, Magical Moms Podcast on Instagram, TikTok, and Threads. You can also watch full episodes on YouTube at youtube.com/Disney content. And you can follow me on Instagram and all the socials at California Disney Bliss.
And I am Chasing Magic Daily on all the socials as well. So we would actually really appreciate it if you're loving what you're hearing, that you rate and review our show. This is a really fun way for us to give you a shout out on the show. And it helps more people to discover the magic of what we're creating. And it's not only Apple where you can leave reviews, you can also rate on Spotify. Not only can you rate on Spotify, but you can post a comment on this episode's thread too. You can also DM us your reviews if you prefer. And speaking of, we have a couple of reviews to share.
Okay. What are they? Okay, so how about this one?
I'm going to read this one here.
Okay, do it. Yeah.
This is a 5-star Apple review here. It's titled Best Podcast. I've been following you. Oh, this is from Marie Miller. I've been following you on Instagram for a few years now, and I am thrilled you have a podcast. I love all the tips and tricks, but I have to say, the games are my favorite. Great podcast, ladies. Oh, we might have to throw a game or two back in.
We're going to have to get a game back. We'll have to definitely do a game. Thank you, Marie, for that. We'll definitely do a game. Yeah, absolutely. And then Paula S. on Spotify, in response to what we were saying a couple episodes ago about Walt Disney World closing Rivers of America, not Disneyland, but Walt Disney World, they closed Rivers of America to open up Piston Peak. She wrote this. She wrote, I know it's sad to so many that the Rivers of America, etc., is going away at Walt Disney World, but I honestly could not get any of my 5 kids on it after the age of 8. It's really hard because they have to compete with the Universal Park. It also may be why attendance is down. So many people I know are going to Universal this summer. Wow. I mean, that's true. I mean, Epic really seems to be epic over there. And I think that there's definitely a lot of people that love the Disneyland or Walt Disney World Resort over there. They love doing all that, but Epic seems to be really, really, really impressive. I can't wait to see it myself. So
it seems
going to be really cool.
Yeah, it seems really cool. And that's a great observation. Thank you for sharing that with us, Paula.
Yeah, thank you so much.
And speaking of reviews, we are actually doing something a little fun and different. We're going to be doing a giveaway. If you rate and review this podcast, we're going to enter you into a giveaway. We have some goodies to be giving away to you guys, some fun things. So if you want to, you can get your review in by September 8th. You can leave your review on Apple Podcasts, or if you do Spotify, you can comment on an episode. That will count as well. And if you're not able to do either of those, you can always send us a DM on the Magical Moms Podcast Instagram, and that will count as well. So get those reviews in by September 8th so that you can secure your spot in the giveaway.
Yeah.
And then we also have another exciting thing. We're going to talk about our Patreon. So we actually have a few new members. Now, if you're a part of our Patreon fam, this is a really special place where we're kind of creating this community of parents that love theme parks. We have a lot of really cool things in the Patreon for you. So if you're in there, you get tip sheets, which Bridget and I have worked really hard on to kind of correlate with the episodes you're listening to. So you have your tip sheets in there. You also get entered in the private Facebook community where it's kind of fun. People are leaving like pictures of their Disney trip and commenting on it. And you also get to be on our live chat when we record. So right now we have April in here. She's hanging out with us. She's been like chatting it up with us as we record. And we're also going to be doing our first ever in-person meetup. So if you want to hang out with Bridget and I and a host of all kinds of magical parents, we are going to be hanging out in September. If you want all the details, make sure you join our Patreon. You can go to patreon.com and search Magical Moms Podcast, or we do have the link for you down below in our show notes. So we're going to shout out our newest members. We actually have 4 this time, Bridget.
Yay,
4 new members in 1 week. We have Gina, we have Kelly, we have Richard, and we have Shannon. Shannon just joined this morning a couple hours ago. So welcome, you guys. We're excited to have you here.
Yeah.
And just remember, it's not just for moms. You can be a dad, an aunt, an uncle, or just someone who loves Disney and wants to know all the tips and tricks for going to the parks. So make sure you join that Patreon fam. We got a lot to offer for you.
Yes. Come on, join us. We're just going to be having so much fun. I'm so excited about all the new things that are happening. And something to discuss that already happened is a couple days ago, Lindsay and I, we went to the first opening night of the Oogie Boogie Bash.
Yes, we did.
And we showed off our costumes. We were Mickey through the years. It was actually Chris, our sound guy for the podcast. He came up with this idea, an editing guy. He came up with this idea, and it was so awesome. We just went through with it. And so Lindsay was Steamboat Willie, and Anne, our friend and also a Patreon member, she was Mickey. What's his like official
name? He's like the ghost guy. It's I'm blanking on. It's the Mickey Ghost Hunter.
Yeah,
he's like a little hunter.
He's like a hunter guy. And then I was Fantasia Mickey, Sorcerer Mickey. And we had so much fun. I almost didn't have a costume though. And it was...
it was kind of a mess, but we figured it out.
It was such a mess that now, it's such a mess that I own now 2 Mickey Fantasia hats.
Yes, you do.
That's how big of a mess it was.
One of which was free.
One of us which is free, and one of us which came from Garden Grove. A wonderful family gave it to me in Garden Grove. And it was such an ordeal. It almost didn't happen. But Oogie Boogie Bash was so fun. We had such a good time. And it was really like, I don't know about you, Linz, but I mean, it just seemed very casual. It wasn't, we weren't like racing to one thing after another. The crowds were super low. And I was shocked. Every like half an hour or so, I would check the wait times for, all the attractions at Disney California Adventure. And Guardians of the Galaxy, which turns into Monsters After Dark for, the Halloween season, that was a 13-minute wait, which means it's a walk-on.
It's a walk-on, yeah.
The attraction wait times were so low. And it was so easy. Like we did all the tree trails. We didn't even, I think we waited for Villains Grove for what, like 10 minutes, maybe. The only thing I will say is that the parade wait time is still something that I feel you should wait for at least 30 minutes, get your spot, a little bit early on that. But other than that, everything that we had talked about in our previous episodes with our tips and our tricks, it all seemed to, apply, and everything worked out, and I thought it was great. I think we had such a good time.
Yeah, and it was kind of funny. Bridget and I actually joked at one point, we're like, we haven't really used any of our own tips and tricks, but that's because Bridget and I go every single year, so we're not there trying to maximize our time because it's like the one time that we've been, or our first time going. But I will say, even without doing some of those things, you're right, it felt very calm, and we were able to do all the things. I would say some of the things that we didn't do that would kind of eat into your time a little bit is like meeting the Sanderson sisters, or I think Meg had a little bit of a line. So a couple things that we personally didn't do that we have talked about in the previous episodes. So you might want to listen to that if you're going. But we had a great time. It was really fun.
Yeah, we had so much fun. And so now, straight from Oogie Boogie Bash, it's Halloween at Disney California Adventure. On our last episode, we talked about Halloween at Disneyland. So now let's switch over and talk about Halloween at Disney California Adventure, because it is so different. It's still the same, season, of course, but they really celebrate it. It's a different vibe. So
totally, yeah.
Let's get into that.
Let's get into it. So let's first talk about all the things that you can see and do, because there is a lot.
There's a lot.
So first of all, similar to Disneyland, you have all your characters in sort of their like costumes on Buena Vista Street, all the main characters. I think if I remember correctly, I don't think they change up every year like Disneyland does. Like I think I've seen Ghost Goofy quite a few times.
Yeah, so DCA I think pretty much stays the same, but those are different costumes than Disneyland.
Yes.
So it's really cool to see them. You basically, if you're going to Disneyland and DCA, you get to see them in two different like Halloween looks. So that's really, really cool. And really, if you're looking to see those characters, stand by just basically where you see Mickey and Walt, which is right across the fountain in Buena Vista Street. Stand in like that little like circle area, and you're gonna see all the characters kind of like walk by. They come out throughout the day pretty much.
Yeah. And you can follow them and get in line and take a picture with them.
Yeah.
Also, speaking of that area right where Walt is, you have the Headless Horseman. I love the Headless Horseman. I think it's so cool. And if you stand there and hang out, like it's cool during the day, but at night, man, that thing comes alive. There are sights, there's like lights, there's sounds, there's like really cool sound effects of like horse hooves. Yeah. And I think too, is there like mist or fog, or am I making that up? There is.
No,
okay.
There is. Yeah.
Okay.
And so what we do, like my kids' favorite thing to do is at night, we go get treats. Like we'll get like popcorn or the specialty churros or ice cream or whatever. And where you see the Headless Horseman, it's like a circle, right? Around it. Those are all seats. That's all seats. And so we sit there at night. You can sit there, even though people are taking photos. We sit there and we just enjoy our snacks, because you'll just be sitting there and all of a sudden it sounds like the horse is riding behind you almost.
Yes.
They
do
you
a
can
good
hear
job
like,
of that.
Like the horse like running around, and then it'll, do like the neigh, and then like the fog will come out, and it's just, it really is such a Halloween vibe. We love it.
It is cool.
We love it. And if you're going, don't tell your kids that this happens, because when you see their faces, they'll be like, oh my gosh, because it's so cool to like see their faces like light up for this.
Yeah.
It really is a spot that's easily missed.
Yes.
So
totally.
Check that out.
Actually, we talked about the regular characters and costumes. There's some unique costumes in Cars Land. The cars actually get dressed up for Halloween, which is actually one of my favorites. You have Vampire Mater, you have like the superhero Lightning McQueen, you have Red, who's a clown.
Yes.
What's her name? The yellow car.
Not Sally.
No, not Sally.
What's
Cruz.
her name? Cruz.
Cruz comes out as like a pirate.
Yes, she's a pirate.
Yes, she comes out as a pirate. Yes, thank you, Mary. Mary has entered the chat from the Patreon
Hi,
fam.
Mary.
She's helping us out. Cruz is the name. That's a can't miss. And actually, Cars Land in itself is a can't miss at Halloween. That town, Radiator Springs, becomes Radiator Screams, and the whole town is so cute. There is every inch is like Halloween themed. Then the lighting of the town that happens every night at sunset, that is a Halloween themed light up. It is. Oh my gosh. I feel like everybody kind of, because it starts off, life could be a dream. And all of a sudden it's like, crash, 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 like window glass cracking. And every time people freak out, they're like, looking around like what's going on, and then it's like goes into like spooky music. It's such a vibe. I love Cars Land at Halloween.
It's so cool. And it like actually like comes alive. Like you'll see like if you're looking straight, you'll see like eyeballs in the windows, like moving
in the fire
around
station.
The fire station. And it's just so cool. And then, of course, like, Flo's Diner, that's all lit already.
Yeah.
But in front of Flo's is the spider car.
Yes.
You can take photos in that. There's always like a Disney photo pass guy there or person there. And it's just, and of course, like at the Cozy Cone, they're all, haunted. All the cones are haunted.
Yep.
And it's just, you can like spend an easy hour just looking at every detail.
Totally.
It's just so much fun. It's definitely the spot in Disney California Adventure for Halloween.
Yeah.
And especially at night.
Bridget, you have a fun fact about that car, that spider car.
Yes. So that car, okay, when you look at it, when you're looking at the spider car, next time you see it in person or you see it in a photo, check it out from a different perspective. Think about think about Fantasyland and think about the ride. Oh gosh, I just blanked real quick.
Oh my gosh, I did too. Mr. Toad's
Wild Ride.
It's like I blanked too.
I haven't had enough of my coffee yet, obviously. But Mr. Toad's Wild Ride, that is actually one of the cars that they took from that attraction and they turned it into a spider. Mm-hmm. So it's so cool because once you see it, you'll never not see that. Yeah. Like you'll always think of that when you see it. So it's just, Cars Land is just such a vibe. And like when we were there at Oogie Boogie Bash, Lindsay and I were just walking around and it's like, I could just walk up and down, Radiator Screams, Route 66, just all night long because there's so much to see.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of snacks. We're going to get into that later in the episode. Yes. But yeah, go there, check it out. That's all the Halloween vibe right there that you'll need.
Yes. And one pro tip, if you want to see that light up show, the best way, what I always tell people is just go on your phone. If you have like the weather app, this is on an iPhone, it'll tell you what time sunset is at. Get into Cars Land like 10 minutes before sunset and stand at the cross section of the two streets. So you've got like Luigi's on your front left, you got Ramon's on your front right, and then you're looking at the fire station. That's where you want to be when that show starts, because the fire station starts and it works its way down the street. So you want to stand there looking at the fire station, and that's, so good.
It's so good. That area. It's so funny. Whenever we do this, by the way, it's so funny to me because I'll have everyone's out there and you'll see everyone like with their phones. Everyone's just like standing, like facing one direction. So if you don't know about this, you're like, what is going on?
Yeah.
They're like, everyone's just standing in one direction, just standing there.
Yeah.
And
like,
nobody gets it.
Yeah.
And I'll have people come up and they're like, what's everybody waiting for? And I'm like, just stand here, enjoy it.
You'll see
because you'll totally see it. So it's, and they do that throughout the year, but this is the Halloween version. So you have to see it like Lindsay was saying.
Yeah. And one other thing too, in Cars Land, if you go into Ramon's, they actually have and sorry if I say this incorrectly, but an ofrenda for Doc inside Ramon's, because in Cars, I think it's 2, maybe it's the third one, they like insinuate that Doc has passed. Yeah. And so they have an ofrenda for him inside Ramon's, and it's really sweet to see. And it's also like a cool like cultural teaching moment as to like what that is and why people do it. But I've taken my kids in there. It's just really sweet. I like it in there.
I know. I love it too. They did such a good job. Every detail is just perfect.
Yeah, it's cool.
But yeah, so then also something that DCA has is they have a show, a Disney Junior show that back in the day only used to be for people that were going to the Oogie Boogie Bash. So it was kind of one of those things where it's like you only get to see this really awesome Halloween Disney version, or Disney Junior version if you're going to Oogie Boogie Bash, but now everyone can enjoy it. So it's Mickey's Trick and Treat Show. It's at the Disney Junior Theater right off of Buena Vista Street, and it plays like 6 times during the day, starting at 10:45. Your little ones will love it. My kids love it. The music is really, really awesome. My biggest tip, I would say though, is that if you have little ones, like when mine were little, but then also Wes too now, that like to dance and like to like see it right in front, get to the line about 30 minutes early. That's kind of when I give my kids like snacks and, like a little like rest period, because it's so fun to watch it like right in the front. This isn't a theater where you do sit on the ground. You cannot bring strollers into the theater. But if you need to, there are some handicapped spots and seating in the back for you if you need to. But it's beautifully air conditioned and it's a really super, super fun and interactive. So we love seeing that show. It's an absolute we'd never miss it. So check that out. Again, Mickey's Trick and Treat Show. It's really, really fun.
Special effects too. They have bubbles that come down from the ceiling, and like little ones just love that show. I always see kids like freaking out. Woo! They're so excited.
Oh, we're going this Sunday, and I can't wait because West didn't see it the last 2 years. He was just too little, I thought. So he'll really get into it now because he loves Disney Junior. So he'll be really into it.
Age. He's 3. He's so good.
It's so fun. It's so fun. It's like, I'm not even watching the show. I'm just watching him watch the show. Yeah. And I'm just like, this is so cute because, that moment of time is so small. So I'm just kind of soaking it up. But
and April in the Patreon fam, she said she needs to get to that show. April, if you go see it, you have to tell us what you think of it. Maybe we can share your thoughts on it as well.
Yeah, because it's such a fun show.
It
Okay,
is.
so now let's talk about which attractions change for the Halloween season at Disney California Adventure, because there are quite a few.
Yeah. We've got 3. And actually we come back to Cars Land. Cars Land again does such a great job of just going full throttle, ooh, pun intended, full throttle Halloween in Cars Land. And so you've got the first one. So typically it's Mater's Junkyard Jamboree, but it changes to Mater's Junkyard Jamboree. They put the emphasis on the boo in there. And really the biggest change is the music. So you have spooky music that plays when you're on the ride. But also if you're in that like area, like before you get on the ride, right on the corner, like around, they do all of the gravestones. Have you seen those?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, there's all the gravestones, and they're kind of, puns. And so they're fun to look at. So if you're in that area and go on that ride, that one does switch over to kind of like a Halloween themed one.
Yeah, absolutely. And then there's Luigi's Honkin' Hall-O-Ween, and that's cool. And so what they're doing is they're playing like the Halloween music that like the cars are spinning to. And by the way, that's an attraction that a lot of people just like walk right past. It's one of my kids' favorites.
It's cute.
It's so fun. It's cute. And it's so hard like not to laugh and giggle when you're on that attraction. I don't know what it is. I don't know. So you're just spinning around, but I don't know why. I just always laugh. My kids are always loving it. It's a fun attraction for sure.
Yeah. Last time we were there, my middle child went on it like 4 times in a row just by herself because there was no line, and we were sitting in Red's Garden when I saw you.
I was with you, yeah.
Yeah, she just kept going on by herself. She's like, "Mom, I'm going on it. I'm like, "Okay."
Yeah. And I'm like, "Where's Lori? Where is she?"
She was on Luigi's. She was fine.
She was right next to us. Like she's right next to us.
Yeah.
But it was so fun. Yeah. It's just a fun attraction. I love it.
Yeah.
And then as we discussed before, Guardians of the Galaxy turns into Monsters After Dark. So now that starts at 3 p.m. And what you should know about this is that because it starts at 3 p.m., it takes them about an hour to switch that over. So every single day from 2 to 3 p.m., that attraction is actually closed. I'm pretty sure you can still wait in line, or maybe you can't.
I don't know if you can wait in line.
I don't think you can wait in line.
I don't think
so. But what
no.
I do see people doing, because now my brain is remembering, is that people wait right outside the line so that they can be the first to get in when it does reopen. But that's a really, really cool overlay. Now, it's an overlay that we have to be honest about, Lindsay. You and I have never seen it because you and I don't go on that
Absolutely
attraction.
not. I have no intention to see it.
So sorry, everyone.
I will say though, I can give my daughter's perspective because she has been on it multiple times, and actually the first time she went on it, I want to say she was probably 7 or 8. She loves Guardians. She did say at the age of like 7 or 8, she said it was pretty intense in the sense that there are some kind of, I guess, scary beasts in it, like kind of thing. And it's a lot more droppy. You do a lot more drops. So that's coming from my 7 or 8-year-old. So I would say if you have a child that theming wise gets a little scared of like scary things, you might just want to be a little cautious of that one because I've heard it can be a little, I don't know, scary for younger kids.
Yeah, it was funny because I'm remembering this, the last time that we did this last year, my husband took our 2 oldest kids on it. And we were just so busy. I had the baby and like they kind of went off on it or whatever. And then they came back off the ride. I'm like, so what did you think about the overlay? And they're like, what? And I'm like, so what did you think? Like,
they didn't
realize?
An
overlay. They had no idea. Oh. And I'm like,
was it their first time on it?
No, like I guess they had been on it before, but like they didn't even like really notice it.
Oh, how funny.
They were just paying attention, to like the drops and, all that other stuff. I'm like, you guys didn't notice that there was an overlay? And they're like, nope. Nope.
Oh my gosh,
like,
that's so funny.
Okay. I'm like, I'll take your word for it.
Yeah.
But yeah, so.
And also too, pro tip, and correct me if I'm wrong, Bridget, but I'm pretty sure if you have Lightning Lane multipass, you can use it for that ride technically twice. You can use it earlier in the day for Guardians of the Galaxy, and then you can use it a second time for Monsters After Dark. Yeah. So that's kind of a pro tip in there. If you want to ride both, you can get a Lightning Lane for both of those.
And that's the only attraction at Disneyland and Disney California Adventure where you can do that, where you can use a Lightning Lane twice for the same attraction because it's technically not the same attraction. Right. So yes, that's a really, really good tip, Linz.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a very, very good tip.
Yeah, and those are the 3 that do the overlays. I don't think there's anywhere else that does like a Halloween-y type overlay.
Yeah. No, that's it. But let's talk about let's talk about
this
what we really
is
need
your
to talk about
time
here.
to shine, Bridget.
Okay. Halloween
I have a
time.
couple things to say, but probably not as much as you.
Halloween time means a new Halloween menu hits the resort. We talked about some of the foods at Disneyland. Now let's talk about them at Disney California Adventure, because I will say every single season, it's just the menu, the Halloween menu, or the holiday menu when the holiday season starts. The menu is just getting bigger and bigger and bigger, and the takeover is really noticeable now.
It's
so
crazy.
There's so many foods. There's so many new foods to try. So not every year does like a whole new like section of foods come along. Sometimes they change some of them, but this year there really are a lot of new items. But first, let's talk about the returning favorites that I love. Now, Lindsay, I know you've never had this one because spice is not your thing.
Yeah, we don't do well together.
At Disney California Adventure, they love spice. They love spice like pretty much year round. That's definitely the more spicier park when it comes to foods. Really, it's so funny.
In so many ways.
Yeah. Like when I first started going to like Disneyland and Disney California Adventure, like when Surin was a baby, so about 12 years ago, spice at Disneyland meant like extra pepper on like the top of the food. And it was kind of, lately, like ever since, the parks reopened since the pandemic, the foods are much spicier. So just keep that in mind. But one of my favorite returning items, it returns every single year. It used to be an Oogie Boogie Bash exclusive. Now it's for everyone, are the spicy chicken and fries from Flo's. They use like a mango habanero sauce on it. And it comes with like fries and like a drizzle of like ranch dressing. It's so flavorful. It's so good. And it just gives you like that little bit of kick. It's not crazy spicy, but it's like that Halloween, like, kick to it. So get those. They're my favorite.
I feel like, are those the ones that you were eating one time I was with you and you're like, I'm like crying. Oh, yeah. My nose is running. And I was like, that doesn't sound fun to me. I don't want that when I eat.
It feels so good. It feels so good. Like I like it when my nose hairs get like singed a little bit. Like that's the type of spice I like.
Yeah.
I love that. I mean, it's like a little bit of pain, but it's like I enjoy it. So I don't know, but yeah, I'm weird like that. But you're like, you're like, oh, you want some more water? And I'm like, this is so good. You're like, are you sure?
I'm like, no, not for me.
It's not for you.
I'm the sweets girl. So I will say my returning fave that I had, actually last year was the first time they had it, is the ube cone. Hold on. They have a specific name for it. The Mater's Halloween cone, Halloween cone. It's the ube soft serve with black sprinkles over at the Cozy Cone. Super good. I actually really, really like that one. It's very, very light and refreshing in a way. But it's good. And, it's really good.
And like the purple color is so Halloween-esque, so it's fun.
The black.
Another thing that is returned, it already returned. So the Halloween treats started on the 17th. Yeah. Which has never been done before. Usually Halloween starts for the Disneyland Resort all the same time. But because Oogie Boogie Bash started early this year, Halloween treats also started early at Disney California Adventure on the 17th as well. So one thing that they return, now this is not necessarily a Halloween item, but this is a very, very popular viral item, is the Brewery X Baja Breeze. So this is it's very, very similar tasting and in color to the Baja Blast at Taco Bell. So the Baja Blast at Taco Bell is like a soda drink. Anybody can drink it. It's for all ages. And it's very, very popular at Taco Bell. And this is a different version at Disney California Adventure. It has alcohol in it. It's only for adults, obviously. And it's the Baja Breeze. It has a very high ABV percentage of 10%. So people think it's a really, really good deal in the park. But this is a viral drink. It did return, and people are very, very excited about the return. I tried it on Sunday. It's super refreshing, light, really good, especially like on a hot summer ween day. So that's back, and that's super popular. Another drink that's super popular, it can be found at the cappuccino cart, and that's the peanut butter mocha cold brew. People loved this drink last year. It's a cold brew. It's topped with like a peanut butter foam, and it has peanut butter M&M candies on top. And there's also a adult version as well for this. It has a little bit of whiskey in it.
I didn't know that.
But that one does not have the M&Ms on top. I don't think that they're allowed to have M&Ms and alcohol, like the brand of M&Ms and alcohol mix. So that one doesn't have the M&Ms on top. But those are two very, very popular items that have come back as well.
That have come back. What about some new stuff? What are you looking forward to trying? I'm always curious on what you're interested in.
Okay, so I love buffalo sauce, and so it's Smoke Jumpers. They have a buffalo chicken loaded onion rings dish, which I haven't tried yet. I'm super, super excited to try. And then something that I did already try with you actually at the Boogie Bash are the Ursula Mickey Mouse waffles that have the ube inside. And those were good. What did you think?
I loved them. They, like you said it. I was thinking you said it. They taste like a brownie almost, with like a really yummy filling in it. Ooh, it's like a dessert. Yeah. I wouldn't consider it like a snack. It's like a dessert.
Yeah, and that can be found at Schmoozie's.
Yes.
So they've been doing like the Mickey, mini waffles for for the last couple of months. But this is like the Halloween style, so it's all black and with like the little bit of of the dusting. And those are going to be so popular. I think those for the whole really season.
Did they get rid of the celebration waffles to replace those, or do they still have those?
That's a very good question.
That's rough because those are so good too.
If I'm just making like an on the cuff guess, it's they probably replaced it just because I think it's really, they only have one machine for them. Not one machine. They have multiple machines, but they only have it for that.
Yeah.
Like
mix or
style.
whatever.
Yeah, that mix. Sorry. So
interesting.
I would assume so, but they'll have the celebration waffles back for sure because those are so good. But another new thing that people are really excited about are three different churros. So there's the pumpkin pie churro, which I have heard such good things about. There's also the peanut butter marshmallow churro. Now that's a returning churro, but it only comes out for the Halloween season, and that is fabulous. It is so decadent. It is so good. And then there is another new churro, and this is the celestial chocolate churro. Now, this is a Dubai chocolate churro, basically. I just call it that.
Okay.
And I remember, Lindsay, I was telling you about this. Dubai chocolate is so popular right now. My kids love Dubai chocolate. It's a big thing in our house. And so this is a Dubai chocolate churro. So it's basically a churro, and then it's got like the Dubai, Dubai chocolate churro. Oh, Dubai chocolate is famous for it. If you don't know what it is, it's pistachio. So it's basically like pistachio, like mashed pistachio, covered in a rich chocolate, and then with like a little bit of pistachio on top. So this is just the churro version of that.
Got it.
Those are three churros that I think we're going to have to try tomorrow, Linz. So
okay, twist my arm.
We're going to have to try all three. But so those are some of the new items for the, for all the foods. And also I'll be putting up for our Patreon fam some, basically like a guide of all these new food items so that you can have that with you when you go to the parks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then my other favorite topic is novelties. We got some novelties. Oh, speaking of which, in last week's episode, we talked about the Disneyland novelties, and I said I wanted to get the Cusco's Poison Sipper.
Yes.
Well, guess what, y'all? Whoops, it stopped. I got it. I got the Cusco's Poison Sipper.
Cute.
If you are like an OG Emperor's New Groove fan like I am, you have to, this is a must-have. It lights up, too. It's kind of hard to see. Oh, actually, you can see pretty. At night, it looks really pretty. So it's like a glowing, it's like a glowing purple light up poison bottle. I love it. I'm so excited about it. I'm also really excited about, and I'm pretty sure you are too, there is a Cars, like a Cozy Cone Cars Halloween sipper. So it's one of the cones from Cars Land with like the, spooky face on it, and it's a sipper. Now,
that's a must.
Yes,
it's a must for me.
I don't use my sippers as sippers. All my things, the popcorn buckets, the sippers, those are all decor for me in my office or around my house or whatever. And I was like, I have to have that cone. I mean, Cars Land is our favorite. Like we can't leave Halloween without a Cars Land sipper.
Yep, and that's never ever been made before. I am so excited for that.
Me too. I'm really excited for that.
That's going to be a hot item for sure. And then what else is going on? The novelties. You probably know more about that than me, Linz.
You know what? I saw the Cars one and I stopped looking. I was like, that's it for me. Honestly, didn't see anything else.
Then that's all that counts for us.
I was like, sold. Take my money. I'm getting it.
Speaking of merch though, is that the Oogie Boogie Bash merch, which only used to be like for the party guests, anyone can get those now.
Yeah.
Anyone can get that merch. So if you're in the parks, you can now get that Oogie Boogie merch from like the actual event, even if you're not going to the event. So keep that in mind if that's something that you're really interested in. I saw a ton of that before. And also something else, we're just talking about Halloween merch. I was in World of Disney yesterday, and in some of the stores, I was surprised by how much is still in stock.
Oh, good.
Like, all the pink stuff. I mean, everything that was like the hot ticket items are still in the stores. So if you haven't been able to make it yet to the parks, and you're like afraid that some of the stuff's going to be sold out, every single like big ticket item that I saw is still there.
Good.
So
I'm glad
you
to
might
hear
be
that.
in
I think they're I think they're figuring it out now, and I think it's I really haven't seen a lot where it's like things are going like selling out and not coming back. Which I'm glad, because, we share these things and it's like, oh, sorry, well, you can't get it. Like, I hate that. Like, I want to be like, oh, they still have it. Go grab it,
Yeah. I mean, it used to be really like if you weren't there like on day 1 or day 2, then you were out of luck.
Yeah.
And then that's like when like the resellers like come in and that becomes a big problem.
Yeah.
And so I love that it's like opportunity for lots of people to try to get the things that they want.
Yeah.
So I'm happy about that.
Yeah.
And also like yesterday I saw so many of the Disneyland like ghost sweatshirts, the one with like the fuzzy ghost on the front where it says Disneyland. That last year, they had another version of that last year. That was gone after like day 2.
I know. And I wanted that one.
Yep. I never got it either. And
Neither did
so
I.
there were so many in the stores yesterday. So that makes me feel really good. And so if you're looking for stuff like that, just, hopefully you'll still be in luck. So that'll be good.
All right.
So
another thing DCA does that we're going to move into. So it's part of like the Halloween season, but it's kind of its own separate thing. Is the Plaza de la Familia, which most of that takes place over in the Paradise Gardens area, which is like near Goofy Sky School and Boardwalk Pizza and all that kind of area in there. That celebration does go until November 2nd, which is Dia de los Muertos, or Day of the Dead. And so they do actually a number of really sweet like cultural things for that as well. So we're going to talk about those things. Let's talk about what do you want to start with?
Okay, so one of the first things that you're going to see, of course, is the Tree of Life.
Yes.
And that is something that we never skip as a family. Every single year. It's really important to us. We were married in Mexico, actually right around Dia de los Muertos. And then we spent a lot of time as a family in Mexico. And I just absolutely love this tradition. So over by the Tree of Life, which you can't miss, you can actually write your own little memory that you'd like to, that you just kind of want to think about, or kind of like a wish that you'd like to make. And so we do that every single year. And it's such a beautiful display as well. And so I just love that. I think that's one of my favorite things to see.
And it's like the memory wall, like that's where you can hang up in remembrance of somebody that, has passed on. I usually write every year. I just write on a little card. I write, miss you, Dad. Love your big kid. Because he always called me his big kid. But sorry. But I do love that tradition. It's really sweet.
I know. And every time it's fun. It's funny that you said that, Lindsay, because we're so alike in this.
Yeah.
That like every time that I go there, like I'm bawling because I'm writing something to my dad. And then, it's a really like emotional area.
It is. And you see everybody writing these names of loved ones that have passed. And it's like, wow, it's just really powerful.
One year, this was about 2 years ago, it was just, I don't know, it was just one of those days I was having a little bit of a rough day, missing my dad, because he would have loved to have seen this display. And I was thinking about him, and I was writing this note to him. And then I looked over, and I was tearing up. And luckily I was wearing sunglasses, but I was tearing up, and I looked over, and Max was writing, I really want a new skateboard. And I was like, no, this isn't like a wish list.
He thought it was the wishing wall from Lunar New Year.
And I'm like, no, dude, this isn't the same thing.
Oh my gosh,
and he's like,
hilarious.
what? I really do. I want one. I'm like, no, I get that, but it's okay. We'll explain later. And I was like, oh my gosh, this isn't the same. But
oh my gosh.
So you can write.
That's so funny. Yeah.
But that's such a beautiful area.
Yeah, it is.
Oh, and
it is.
And then also talking about new foods, Paradise Gardens, they have an entire different menu also for this celebration. Lots of really new tasty things. So you can check that out as well. And it's just for that area. So you can find some new things there as well.
They also have the new, well, it was new as of last year. So prior to last year, they always had the Coco show. I forget the specific name of it, but it was a show about the story of Coco. Last year they switched it up. It's now called the Storytellers of Plaza de la Familia. And it's similar in the sense that Miguel comes out, but they sing songs that are, about, gosh, I've only seen it once. Is it about Coco the show? I want to say it's not.
Well, so what it is, it's really cool. So like the musicians come out, they sing and they dance. They kind of talk. Yeah. They kind of talk about why they have this tradition, why they have this celebration, and then Miguel comes out and he sings, "Remember Me," and it's really beautiful because the dancers that they have are the traditional dancers that they usually have for this holiday, and it's just a beautiful show. It's very, very popular show. So if you're going to watch it, get into your area about 20 or 30 minutes. And really, my favorite spot for this show is if you're looking at Goofy Sky School, okay? If you're walking towards Goofy Sky School, like right, I would say probably 10 feet before the attraction, look down. You're going to see a yellow piece of tape. And they'll have the tape down. You're going to want to be right behind that tape so you don't get moved. But it's right there in front of the tape, but also facing the attraction, Goofy Sky School attraction. That's really kind of the front and center spot. And I like to get there 20, 25 minutes beforehand because I do like to see it up front. And my kids like to see it right there because everyone is standing for this show. So if you have little kids with you, they're not going to be able to see if they're not kind of like in the front. Because, adults and it's a very, very popular show for kids and also for adults. So you don't want, they might not be able to see it. But,
and this new show, this new version, the Storytellers version, is interactive in the sense that they do pull members from the audience into the show. I was actually pulled when I was there.
Oh, really?
Yeah, well, it was actually Torsten, but he was so shy that I ended up doing it. So if you're front row with your kids, there's a chance you might get pulled into the show. You get to be part of the show with the dancers and the singers, it's pretty cool.
It's a really cool show. And speaking of Miguel, you can actually meet him. He does a meet and greet during this time, during this season, right next to Paradise Garden, right next to the restaurant there. There's like a little, gosh, what would you call it?
In the gazebo.
In the gazebo, that's what it is. In the gazebo. And he comes out throughout the day. So that's really, really cool to meet him and do a little meet and greet there. There'll also be a Disney Photo Pass photographer there as well to take photos. And then also in that little area right next to the Tree of Life is a crafting area. And my kids love that crafting area. It's also very well shaded. So it's a good spot to, like, if you're trying to cool off or you just need a little bit of a break. It's a good crafting area. It's completely complimentary. And they get to make, crafts and color and everything like that. So that's really cool.
They just color. Yeah. They color, they create like a mask.
Yeah.
Right across from like the other gazebo where you can meet Coco, there's a mariachi band. They play, I think they usually start around noon or so. And you can get your food from around the area and come sit. There's a ton of tables and chairs and you can sit and enjoy the music and eat your food. So that's a nice little addition there as well.
And it's such a good band. We love. Like my husband and I love watching them. We had a mariachi band at our wedding, which was so much fun. It was like so much fun. And whenever we go, it's like, I don't know, we just love sitting there and the kids love it too. And it's just, they are a really, really good band. It's the same band every year, I'm sure. But so another thing is that this is Halloween season also spills in to the downtown Disney and the Disneyland Resort hotels. So what's great about this is that if you don't have a Magic Key or you don't have a park ticket and reservation, you still can get a touch of this Halloween season in downtown Disney or the Disneyland hotels for free. You don't need a ticket or a Magic Key to get into these areas. So one of the coolest things to do is the Pluto's Pumpkin Pursuit. Now, this does not start until the 29th of August, and it runs through Halloween. And it's really, really cool. It's like a scavenger hunt. Now, Lindsay, I think your kids did this last year. Mine did not. So why don't you take over on this one?
Yeah, sure. And actually, so last year, I think was the first year that they did the Pumpkin Pursuit throughout the whole, they did Disneyland and DCA and Downtown Disney. Used to just be a Downtown Disney exclusive. I don't think we've heard yet if it's coming back to both parks or not. I would assume so. Have you
I would
heard?
assume so. I have not, but I'm going to check it out now.
Okay, you check it out. I will talk. So hopefully they do bring it back to the parks because that was really fun too. But basically, it's a little scavenger hunt around the different areas. You're looking for different pumpkins that are painted and designed to look like different characters. You find about, I don't know, maybe 12 of them or so, and then you take it back to your prize claim location, and you get like a little prize. And my kids love doing it. In fact, Torsten was really sad when it was over, and I told him there was no more pumpkin hunt. He was like, "No, I really liked that."
Oh, I love that.
But that's a fun one. I like that one.
And I did check. It's in Disneyland, Disney California Adventure, and Downtown Disney. Good. Each one of the scavenger hunt, pieces of, I don't know, paper, whatever, the cardboard that you're going to get where you're going to look for these pumpkins, they're $11.99, but that's for each of them. So you have to buy, if you want to do all three, if you want to, then you're going to buy 3 different maps basically. And then of course you get the stickers when you find them, and it's 3 different, little, toys or prizes that you get at the end. So, but just so you know, the last time that we did this, it was actually really hard. Some of them are not easy. Yeah,
there's
some
a couple
of them
that
are
are
right
hard
in your face, and some are kind of hard.
There's some that are tricky, so you can always ask a cast member to help if you're struggling.
Yeah, there was one time where we were like going around and around a circle, and it was so funny because there were other parents, and they were just like, and we were all trying to help each other, trying to find this one in particular pumpkin. And but yeah, some of them can be a little bit tricky, but yeah, it's a super fun thing to do. And so if you don't have a park ticket, like I said, no Magic Key, you can still do it in Downtown Disney.
Yep, absolutely.
And also, the Disneyland Hotel and the Grand Californian Hotel, they each have Halloween-themed buffets and dinners. Well, not all of them have dinners.
Character dining.
Character dining. So at Goofy's Kitchen, they're celebrating Halloween, and that's a lunch and a dinner. And then at Storytellers at the Grand Californian, you can go to Clarabelle's Enchanted Halloween dinner. And that takes place also, it also starts August 22nd through October 31st. And those are super, super fun. They're themed, and they're really interactive. So that's a really cool option if that's something that you or your children are looking forward to.
Yeah, characters are dressed in their Halloween stuff. The food is themed to like Halloween, which is really fun. They kind of go all out. Which you and I did you and I do the Halloween one or the Christmas one together?
We did the Christmas one together.
Oh, Christmas.
But I've also done the Halloween one. Was that with
you
too?
I've done the Halloween one too. No, I did it with my kids and my mom.
Okay.
Yeah, and that one was really sweet. And then also, if you can't get the Storytellers, if you can't get Clarabelle's, like it's sold out, they do earlier in the day, they have like Mickey's Autumn Tales. So it's like a fall themed one. But the Clarabelle's dinner is specifically like a Halloween themed one. So you can kind of pick and choose which one you want there. Oh yeah, go ahead.
And kids, just so for these character dinings, also, like this is throughout, regardless if it's Halloween or not. Kids under 3 years of age are complimentary. You do not have to pay for them. They just will eat off your plate or eat off of whoever's plate, it is. You can just get them little plates, but they are completely complimentary, which is such a good perk because, these meals can be a little bit on the pricier side. And so I loved taking West the last 3 years to these things because I didn't have to pay for them, and he actually eats a lot. So they're super fun, but yeah. So if you have little kids with you, just know that that's complimentary for you.
Yeah. And also over in the Grand Californian. So if you're going to like Clarabelle's, or if you just want to walk through and see, go to the Grand Californian, go to their lobby area. That is every year they do a gigantic like Rice Krispie feature. I don't even know what you call it. Rice Krispie. I don't know, whatever it's called, but
just like bakery art.
Yeah, art. Yeah. So it's like, it's a real treat. You can they use real fondant. They use real Rice Krispie. Like it's this huge thing. And there's also hidden Mickeys on it. There's usually, I don't know, like 10, 15 hidden Mickeys on it. So my kids and I, we always go in there and we try to see who can find all the hidden Mickeys on the gigantic Rice Krispie. And it's different every year. They change it every year. So it's fun to go see it every year.
And it's also actually hard. Like some of those hidden Mickeys are really hard to find.
Yeah, they do a really good job.
Yeah, I don't think that my kids and I have ever found all of them.
Oh, I don't think we have.
You have? Okay.
I think we have. Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
But that's super, super fun. And it's funny because you'll see people and they'll just be like, just like staring, and like some people like will help you out and stuff. Yeah. Because there was a couple times that we just they're very well hidden. Let's put it that way. So it's super fun to do that as well. And there's also in that area, and also in downtown Disney, but right next to, in the lobby of the Grand Californian, is the cart where they also will sell lots of fun Halloween treats. And then also you can get Halloween treats in downtown Disney as well.
Yes.
And a lot of the restaurants in downtown Disney, they have some added things to their menus as well, which are really fun and spooky. At Naples, this is something I have to have. At Naples, they're doing these cannolis. And the cannolis have on top of it, there is an edible axe on top that has like blood dripping from it on top of the cannolis.
Oh my gosh, that's
so
awesome.
Cool. It's completely edible. So that's something I'm going to have to try. But yeah, so downtown Disney, they do some really cool things as well. And all the decor is starting to pop up as well in downtown Disney.
Lots of decor. Yes.
Yeah. And it's really, really cool. So that's fun to do.
Sometimes too, I don't know, again, they haven't said anything. This kind of changes year to year, but sometimes you get the scarolers in downtown Disney that come and they're dressed like kind of like The Walking Dead a little bit. And they're like the a cappella group that come and they sing. And I hope they come back. The last time I saw them there might have been like 2 or 3 years ago. Yeah. But they have like different spooky entertainment, especially like on that live stage. But I hope the Scarolers come back. They're always a huge hit and they have a big crowd when they do perform.
Oh, well, now if they do come back, we'll announce it on the Magical Moms podcast Instagram page and TikTok page and Threads on all of the socials. So so stay tuned to that because as things develop or change from what we've talked about here, we'll definitely be updating you. So follow along there so you can get all the up-to-date information.
Yes. Oh my goodness. Okay. I feel like I'm ready to go tomorrow. I know everything that's happening. I know what we need to do. I know we need to get the sipper. I'm like ready to go. We have talked problem. All things.
I don't know what I'm wearing. I don't know what I'm wearing. You're wearing. No, because every single time I look on the weather app, it's like 90, and then the next day 94, and then yesterday I saw 98, and I'm like, nope. I had a wool skirt that I was gonna wear, a wool skirt. Nope, that's gone. Out. I don't know. I might be in my summer outfit tomorrow because we're gonna have to figure that out. But
I'll be in a summer ween outfit for sure.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be a really, really great season. So hope these tips and tricks helped you guys. Let us know, in the reviews, in the comments. We really want to get some feedback because Lindsay and I are just, we're constantly trying to improve and make every episode better than the last. So let us know what you think.
Wait. Anne in the Patreon fam is on live with us. She said they're back, but the group is called Villainous this year. The Scarolers are now Villainous. Oh, that's really exciting. Okay, yay.
So thanks, Anne.
Thank you very much, Anne. So I guess in downtown Disney you can go see Villainous, and Anne, correct me if I'm wrong, but it's the same group. They just changed their name this year. Maybe they'll be dressed like villains. Nice. Mary said yes. 106.5 FM featured them. The same singing group, West Beat Sings. Okay, West Beat Sings. I actually follow them on Instagram. They're a fun follow.
This Patreon fam is really coming through for us right now.
Thank you, Patreon fam. We appreciate it.
Thanks for doing this research for us.
Yes,
while
seriously.
we're talking about it. This is so awesome. I love that.
Yeah.
So that's something I'm going to have to check out now for sure. We'll post about it and we'll put it on the Instagram page so that you can see what it looks like too.
Yes. Awesome. Yeah. Well, thank you so much for listening. And if you're watching on YouTube, thank you for watching. We appreciate you guys so much. Your support is it just means a lot to us. We were actually going to give a shout out to Brandy because Brandy is a podcast or episode listener, a Magical Moms listener. There we go. And we actually met her in the park yesterday. Bridget and I were there doing podcast things and she came up and she was like, oh my gosh, I love your podcast. So we want to give a shout out to Brandy.
Yeah, she was so sweet. She was with her son and she was just saying how she listened and got some good tips and tricks. And it was funny because we were literally just talking about, our plan for the podcast. And she's like, well, I love your podcast. And I'm like, that's funny because that's what we're talking about right now. But she was really, really sweet. We love it when people come up to us. I've just absolutely loved all the feedback.
It's really special.
So thank you guys for listening. And again, subscribe to wherever you get the podcast. You can follow us on Magical Moms Podcast on all the socials and stay connected to us with in between episodes by joining the Patreon fam. So thanks guys so much for all of your support. We love doing this. Until then, we'll see you
real soon. Yeah.
Woo! That was so fun.